Hello, Canopy MLS members. Thank you for joining me today. Our class is going to be reviewing Supra Advanced and SupraWEB Advanced. Our topics will be granting non-member access. We'll review the alert feature and also connect to the Apple Watch. Grant managed access is nested under the My Lockboxes icon. You will select a lockbox from your inventory that you'd like to grant non-member access to. You'll select this section, Grant Managed Access. Then you'll add the phone number to the non-member and check their eligibility. Success. Canopy MLS members are not eligible to gain access to this non-member one-time access. Once you've added the phone number, you'll add the lockbox information here. Select a time period between 2 hours and 72 hours up to 30 days in advance. Then you can add a note. For instance, if you're expecting the home inspector to send you some information after their inspection has been completed, you can remind them, please send me a text once you've completed the inspection. Or perhaps you'd like to just add some notes like use booties, the floors have been refinished, or perhaps leave your business card on the counter, ensure that the lights have been turned off and doors locked. Once you do this, you'll send a message directly over to that non-member. The non-member will receive a text message that looks something like this. They'll select that link within the text that will prompt them to download the Supra eKEY app. Then they'll go back to that same text message, click on it again. They'll be prompted to access that registration form. The registration does need to occur in cell phone coverage. And once they have access, you'll remind them to open up the app while they're still in cell phone coverage so it updates. Once they get out to a listing, if the listing's in a remote area, the app will still work. Before the app is activated, they do need to enter an authorization code, and they will do this by accessing their email platform within their phone, and they will be sent a code, and then they'll add 2 check marks stating that they've read the EULA and the privacy policy, and then they will be able to gain access to their app. Their invitations will be listed here. And this is where they'll select obtain key. They'll put the 4-digit PIN number in that they selected, and they'll be able to get access to the listing at the specified time that you indicated. A pro tip that I recommend for using the grant managed access system is to inquire with your broker in charge to ensure that this is allowed within the office policy. Another pro tip is to communicate via email with your sellers that your intention is to allow your non-member into the listing in the time that you all agreed upon. For instance, the photographer will be in the listing between 2 and 5:30 on Wednesday, the 22nd. And that way, when they respond and confirm, you have something to put into your listing folder. To view recent history and also historical history of the access that you've granted, you can click on this icon here. As you can see, I don't have anything recent, but if I wanted to click on my history icon, that would show a list of every access that I have granted. If you'd like more information on a specific access, I can click on the down arrow of show more, and that will give me all the information on the person that has been granted access to this listing. If you need a report on a time frame, you can click on that icon, set your time frame, and generate the report. This will go directly over to the email that you have on file. Now let's take a look at the alert icon on the bottom left-hand side of your app. This feature was developed to ensure that realtors had a way to communicate with a safety buddy if perchance there was a situation that required outside assistance. All you have to do is place your thumb or finger over the icon for 3 seconds or more, it will switch from alert to sent. The great thing is that the GPS is on the phone. So wherever your phone is, that's where you can be located. It's not just at the listing. So be sure to communicate with your safety buddy that you are going to set them up. And then when they do receive an alert, they don't just opt out, and they'll respond to your request for a phone call. It's a great idea to have a discussion with your broker in charge to determine what a code word might be if there are dire situations. Some of the firms are use the red folder. Perhaps you might say that, yes, we're planning on meeting you here in the next 15 minutes. Just some type of code word that will put your safety buddy on alert that you need them as soon as possible. So I will add across the screen the link to the National Association of Realtors 56 safety tips that you can implement into your regular showing routine. Quick, easy steps that you can take, like don't park in the driveway, park in the street so you don't get blocked in. Perhaps leave your valuables at home. So anything that can assist you in making sure that you are not going to become a victim. To set up the alert feature, you do need to do this in SupraWEB. If you're following along and would like to pull out your laptop or jump online on your desktop, log into www.suprasystems.com. Since we're on the home page of suprasystems.com, I wanted to share a little video with you that explains how you can use your Apple Watch to connect to your alert feature.
You can open the key container with an Apple Watch that is paired with your eKEY app. Open the eKEY app on your Apple Watch. Press the key icon. Enter your 4-digit PIN code. Press up on the key container to turn it on. Push up on the key container to access the keys. You can also send an alert message with an Apple Watch and indicate that the showing has ended if these features are enabled.
The next thing I'm going to share with you is how to get into SupraWEB. Click on SupraWEB for agents, and you'll get to a sign-on page. The very first time that you log into SupraWEB, you'll need to register. This system does not recognize any credentials that you have in any other system. When you click on registration, you'll fill out some basic information. You'll select your user ID. If you'd like to try your MLS ID, you can try that and then check it here by clicking on this box. And that compares your user ID with every single agent across the nation. You'll select your password. If you hover over the blue information bubble, it'll give you the parameters for logging in. Remember, this password requires that you begin with a letter. The symbols are also very limited. So if you use a symbol in your passwords, note that a period, hyphen, underscore, and @ symbol are the only symbols the system recognizes. You'll select your challenge questions, add the code in the very bottom, so the system recognizes you as a live person, not a robot. Once you get logged into the system, the very first time, the system's going to prompt you to add your eKEY serial number. Your eKEY serial number is located in your Supra eKEY app at the very top of the page where it says welcome. Also, you'll recognize that Canopy MLS is identified by Supra as Carolina MLS DBA Canopy MLS. So let's get logged in. You will be able to enable the Supra Alert feature by clicking on eKEY Alerts on the left sidebar. You will select Enable Service, and then you'll add your safety buddy's information in this box here. You can add an email or you can add a text message. If your safety buddy prefers to be contacted by text message, you can add their phone number and then the suffix of their cell phone provider. You'll enter your message to your safety buddy and then select save. The last step is you need to go back to your eKEY app, select the update button, and that will sync the two systems. My recommendation is to set up the alert feature in advance on SupraWEB. Communicate with your safety buddy on how you're going to interact with each other if a situation does occur, and then test it out so you both feel comfortable. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope to see you in another class real soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.